We're here. We're doing a short little stream today. So let me, hey Etch. Yeah, very secret, hello. Yeah, let me just post majority report. Yeah, because you know what? I finished majority report. I made 2 videos today. And I'm like, take a break. Take a break, Alex. You made 2 videos. Good for you. That was more than you were planning on doing. You don't have to stream, you don't have to stream, and then I'm like, you know what though? I got a couple hours. Before the wife comes home. And also, I'm working over here on the side, but I got a little while until like I gotta actually really do stuff. I'm just gonna be here playing the game, watching videos anyway, so why not monetize it? Because that's the fucking society we live in now. Monetize everything. Monetize your fucking downtime. You shouldn't be doing downtime. You should be fucking streaming it. So that's what we're doing. Alright, so that's good. Monetize your hobbies. Mindset, grindset, brother. What are you doing if you're not doing that? You're just wasting time. Alright, let me get YouTube open over here so I can see that chat. Hey, I appreciate you guys hopping in, by the way. Like, it really, you have no idea how much it warms my heart that, like, I can go live and immediately there's a couple people watching. Like, talking to zero, I'm talking anyway. Again, the reason why I'm streaming is like, why not? Because you talk to yourself in your room playing video games, watching TV anyway. You might as well put a camera on yourself. But when I started doing it in 2017, you know, knowing that there's 0 people watching, I wish it didn't show me the viewer count almost. But now I'm like, hey, there's at least 1 or 2 people gonna watch, gonna hang out. And I appreciate that. I really do. You know what? This is actually a good video too. I always see so many videos, dude. This is also.
So this next segment is about.
I always run into like, oh, there's 1,000 videos I'd like to watch. There's 1,000 videos I'd like to watch, but I'm not gonna have time for that. Right? Hey, Bellon Ostagar, what's going on over on YouTube? I see you. Did I put a fake chat? I know that is a fake chat. No, it's a real chat. I just didn't see you over there. I hadn't opened up YouTube chat up yet. So yeah, we're here. Why not? Want to see the new videos I made? These are Song of the Summer. Summer saying Song of the Summer. Young Miami. Spend that. Ooh, we gotta change that title. And Jay-Z Volume 3, because Jay-Z was at Yankee Stadium this weekend, which is actually the background picture of this thumbnail. Because apparently there wasn't enough staff. Apparently there wasn't enough staff at Yankee Stadium. So people were waiting hours to get in. Apparently he was supposed to go on at last night in particular. He was supposed to go on at 8 o'clock, and he went on after midnight, which is unfucking forgivable to do to your fans. And yeah, so I listened to that album, and you know what? I kind of like it. I think I might become a Jay-Z fan. I am the great Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. Brother, so am I. And so do I. So do we all. We all need TP for our bunghole. That's why we gotta redistribute the wealth from the wealthy who are hoarding all the money so that we can get TP from our bungholes. I'm from New York. Edward Carlson, what's going on? 007, appreciates it. So let's see this video. Well, you know what?
Yo, what is...
I love Lil Bill. He had a great video about white leftists the other day over the Grant Planner thing. Very informative. You should watch it out. Lil Bill's Barbershop, it's called. But we're talking about this. So let's watch.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right.
He got on his helmet.
So this is about like Jay-Z, the concert, understaffed or he didn't pay them. Yankee Stadium didn't foresee problems, but yeah, people there's some bad shit going on. It's not quite Fire Festival level, but not that. Love from England, bro. Awesome. Now, I want to mention I also have reviews. I got a lot of videos. I've been making videos really consistently since October 2024 when the Joker 2 came out. And I was actually just looking at this yesterday. I was having a bad day yesterday. Aside from Lindsey Graham kicking the bucket, that was the only good moment of the day I had. It was kind of depressing the rest of the day. But I was looking through like all my videos, and that kind of made me smile. Like, hey man, I made a lot. I've done a lot of stuff, and I got my creativity juices flowing again. And I thought, frankly, that I would stop, because that's what happens a lot of times with creative projects. I get really excited about it, I start doing it, and then I stop. But I haven't stopped. I'm still streaming. I'm doing it more now. And you're from England. This is Ireland kneecap reaction. The only video to feature my lovely off-screen wife, by the way. You can see her arm there in the thumbnail. But yeah, I got some kneecap reactions. Thinking about other English stuff. Bob Villain did a Bob Villain reaction. That was cool. Hey, Pink Floyd. The first mean comments I got on YouTube was on this Pink Floyd video. People being like, you're not listening hard enough to the music. I'm like, what are you talking about? But yeah, I'm just scrolling through. Like all this South Park stuff I did last year when the season was going on. It's gonna happen again this year. Mob Deep. Finding out about Mob Deep. Like, look how many fucking videos I got, bro. Ben Dixon, first interview. I was so nervous. My unboxing video for Nintendo Switch. Bro, these videos, the reviews. Muhammad, I have a job. I'm actively working right now. Thank you for chatting in my chat. I appreciate you. All of my reviews, my movie reviews, those actually, like, I take time on. I take time, they're edited, okay? So, like, please watch my movie reviews, watch my Andor reviews, my Thunderbolts. Yeah, I'm scrolling all the way back down. Back to the first, Joker. Sent GG for 10. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. A pox on your house? Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome. Just getting nostalgic. Nostalgic. Like, I can't believe I've actually been making stuff since October 2024. And been consistent. And hadn't dropped off. Like, that's... I always dropped off. I always stopped. I'm not seeing an immediate result from this. Let me stop. And I made sure when my lovely, lovely off-screen wife convinced me to make this video, make it because you want to just make a video. I don't earn anything from YouTube. I only have like 800 subscribers, which is amazing. Because when I made this video, October 2024, when I made this video, I had like 20 subscribers. So we're slow and steady, but I hope to make money one day from YouTube. I really do. And then I made this and I was happy and I said, okay, you know what? I'm currently watching The Penguin. Let me make a Penguin video. So I did. And then Kendrick Lamar dropped GNX and I said, you know what? Let me make an album reaction. Because I'm really into those right now. So I did. And then it was just from there on. Now, the videos before this is my reel that I sent to, like, when I apply for jobs. This is also part of my reel. This is something I just made for shits and giggles. Again, a creative project of like, hey, I'm gonna start making videos and I'm gonna make stuff and it's gonna be fun. And I just stopped. I made this and that was it. I'm gonna stream on Twitch and I'm gonna cut those up into YouTube videos. I'll make a Let's Play series. That's this Resident Evil 2 series, which I'm proud of. This Sekiro video. Fall Guys. I had a whole playlist of Fall Guys. I was gonna make so many of those. I made 2. Which again, I appreciate. Tekken. And then this video was from like the Game Awards. Me and my buddies were watching the Game Awards, streaming it, and I decided, you know what, let me clip out this reaction. It was a fun reaction. It's just a fun moment that I enjoyed with me and my friends. And I posted it for Armored Core 6. And it was and it's still the highest amount of views on any video on my channel with 8.9 thousand views. So again, that was an afterthought. I was just like, I posted the next day even, not even like right away as the award show is happening and it's trending on Twitter. Like the next day, I was like, fuck it, let me throw this on there. So again, folks, just follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, make stuff, make art, make something every day. How much do you earn from YouTube? Well, if I go from the live, there's no one else to talk to. What do you mean? I mean, look, there's some people in the chat over there on YouTube, and there's some people in the chat over here on Twitch. I have like 6 people watching total that I can see, I think. And again, those are my videos. 842 subscribers. That's what I have. So yeah, let's check out this Jay-Z shit.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Make some noise for the legendary skateboard.
You're making me laugh. Muhammad, you're funny.
Mike, check. Justin Hunt, it's all happening. Thank you to everybody rocking with the channel. Thank you to everybody subscribed through the channel who shared a video, shared a link. It's priceless. Big thank you to everyone who's donated. If you'd like to donate, get to the Cash App right up there or the link in description. And big thank you to all my newest members. Emphasize 11, Mick Chilson, GD Brown 86, AI Matrix 5291, The Sumby Project, Sonder Atelier, Child of the Sun, Riley Stoper, Brandon Keep It 1009, Pirate Commando, Nico the Chef, 9-second applause. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for rocking with this channel for so many years through so many different evolutions. This is one of those weekends where I actually do wish I was in New York. Very seldomly does this happen. No shade to BK, New York City. My whole family's from there. I'm from there. It's one of my favorite places in the world. It's my favorite place in the world. But in terms of actually wishing I was in New York City, this is probably the second time this year. The first time was...
Oh, I know, Muhammad. The idea of reacting to someone reacting to a video is like, oh my God. I don't like it. I don't like the way the world is. That's part of the reason I was having an existential crisis yesterday. Just the way people are. The idea that like 20-year-olds are nostalgic for old YouTubers or like apps. You're nostalgic for Vine. Fucking god damn it, dude. Disgusting what a society we have. I'm nostalgic for watching Nickelodeon, which is a TV channel, and that probably makes my parents sad, you know? But like, there was art there. There was art there. People making Vines? You're nostalgic for Markiplier? Fucking weirdos, dude. It's fucking disappointing.
With the Knicks winning the championship. I'm a Bulls fan, but I would love to have been in New York for that. 1-second applause. And then this weekend. Jay-Z ran through 3 what looked to be legendary historic shows at Yankee Stadium. One night was Reasonable Doubt. The second night was The Blueprint, which is my favorite Jay-Z album. 1-second applause. And then last night,
Well, we're going to get to The Blueprint next. That's our next one. The Blueprint, and then we're going to do Stillmatic from Nas.
was what was called extra innings. And so this was Jay just running through the hits. We got a lot of clips to take a look at. Here's how Variety reported it. Jay-Z closes Yankee Stadium residency with epic late night show featuring Beyonce, Rihanna, Usher, Tiana Taylor, and more. Now, there was some drama that is around this. Apparently, the show started hours late. A lot of people thought the show was actually going to be canceled. Here's what they said. We're going to go until like 5 a.m., so don't be scared, said Jay-Z not long after he started the third and final show of his Yankee Stadium residency on Sunday night.
On Sunday night, we're going till 5 a.m.? I have work tomorrow.
To the 25th and 30th anniversaries of his seminal albums, The Blueprint and
Selfish. Selfish. You're a billionaire. You don't have to do any work. But other people have work. And you're supposed to go on at 8 o'clock. He didn't go on till midnight, bro. 4 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Now, 1-second applause. The remark was made around 1 a.m., roughly 40 minutes after the show started, that had been plagued by hours-long delays as fans waited both inside the stadium and on the perimeter of the venue, stuck in lines that didn't budge. Surely 5 a.m. The 5 a.m. comment was made in jest. It had to be, right? So the show started at after midnight. So the show started today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And
Sometimes
that's not cool to
the
do
sweet
your
smell
fucking
of victory
fans.
stinks. Adding Lysol laundry sanitizer.
You got a
kills
really
90
important exam in 8 hours and I haven't studied a thing. Welcome to my life as a student. I didn't do shit, boy. Are you in high school or college? Because in college, I really didn't do shit. In high school is when I discovered I love filmmaking and I want to be a filmmaker. So I was like, oh, I don't need to do Spanish homework or whatever. Wanda just dropped by to say hi. You're holding it down on this space. Thank you very much, Wanda. I appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow on this space, where hopefully, fingers crossed, knock wood, I'm going to have a guest. That guest will be, if she shows up, and that's, it's all right if they don't. Other people get busy, they forget, whatever. Socialist Adri. Socialist Adri is, I'll show you. Let's see. University studying veterinary. Cool. Love animals. I'm really glad. That's actually good. That's actually one of the most good things you can be in college for. So Socialist Adri is this lady, and she clips Hassan. She watches Hassan and she makes clips. And I'm interested to talk to her and just kind of understand what it's like kind of being in that ecosystem. Like, are you getting paid? Do you work for him? Or are you just kind of doing this on your own for fun? Why? And just interview her about that. So hopefully she'll be on tomorrow. Thank you very much, Wanda, for stopping in and saying hello. And yes, Muhammad, if you look in the description of this video, ? No, I guess not. I should do that. I should make a description that stays there. I will post it in the chat. There is a channel that I am a part of called This Space, which is a working class collective. They're actually live right now. Hey, it's me on Ed Henry's fucking show, on a fucking rapist show. So this is This Space. I'll post that in the chat for you. You can go subscribe to them. But this is where they do, we talk about politics. So if you're interested in politics, check that out. Anyways, more on Jay-Z being a cunt.
Indeed, it was not, but for entirely far off from when the curtain was lowered at 3 a.m. on the trio of shows that reinforced the majesty of Jay-Z across a nearly 3-hour spectacle. The Sunday night concert added after the initial pair was announced and billed as extra innings suggested that Jay was free to explore his catalog without centering an entire performance on one specific album. The speculation flew over what the night would constitute, the release and premiere of a new record as suggested by Beyonce buzzing off his hair.
Dead End Joker, what's going on? Hello. Just reminding y'all, because Wanda was in here for a second, and I told her, tomorrow, David Serrata, tomorrow, I might be having on, if she, fingers crossed she shows up, didn't forget, Socialist Adri, who clips Hassan. So we'll, hopefully that's going to be happening tomorrow over on This Space. And right now we're just talking about the Jay-Z concert from last night, where he was supposed to go on at 8 o'clock and he went on at like 12:30. And that's fucking horrible to do to his fans. Muhammad, you live in Afghanistan. Any thoughts on that? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. I'm sure the animals in Afghanistan will be lucky to have you as a vet, as their doctor.
A self-care act that typically marks the end of the Jay-Z recording cycle. In a video shown at the start of both the first and third nights, a B-side show not unlike the one he played at Webster Hall in 2015, a no-holds-barred parade of guests and hits that he hadn't revisited in the nights prior. What Jay made up for in a patience testing delay was a grand performance that was one for the history books. It was a ceaseless tour of his discography, accented and enhanced by a rotating cast of guest artists that, to
What's
do
going on,
justice,
Joker?
is best
What's
laid out as plain lists. Check this out. Check out who rocked. Beyonce, Rihanna, Usher, Jermaine Dupri, Pharrell Williams, Clips, Tiana Taylor, Swiss Beats, Jeezy, Fat Joe, Jadakiss, and The Dream. 1 second applause. Now, they said the show started.
Yeah, so like, basically, now that y'all are here, or some of you and more of you have trickled in, I made 2 videos today. This one, the Song of the Summer, Young Miami, Spend That, and Jay-Z's Volume 3. And in the background of this thumbnail is the crowd of fans at Yankee Stadium not being able to get out or get in and kind of getting rowdy. It was very much like the America 250 festival, honestly, where there was almost like a riot.
Late, and they were correct. And so we have some footage here. This is what it looked like outside the show. So this is ABC New York reports that a large group breached security, prompting a full stadium lockdown and leaving thousands of fans stuck outside. Celebrities such as Fabulous, Charlamagne the God, and A$AP Rocky were also waiting outside amid the chaos. Look at this. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, look at that. That's Fabulous right there. So this is outside the show. Here's A$AP Rocky with his daughter Rocky. This is outside the show. So people couldn't get in. Apparently, thousands of people rushed the gates. Here's proof of the delay. They had a high school graduate defending the door. Security did a horrible job. So this is people like,
yeah, and they had like
running
no
into Yankee
security.
Stadium. All of this happened before the Hope show. Look at this. That's crazy. And so before the show started, this is what it looked like in the stadium. Right, so this is everybody waiting around. This is July 12th, right? So this is around 10:30 East Coast time. And this is everybody waiting for the show to start. Look how packed Yankee Stadium is. Caption says, niggas hyping up Spotify and Apple Music chart positions while other artists sell out stadiums, right? Look at this.
I just figured, like, I made 2 videos. I have some time today to hang before my wife comes home, and I'm just like, let's stream.
That's
a little
crazy.
Short stream.
And here's Hove talking about it. So he says there were 10,000 people outside the stadium at one point. Some tried to rush the doors and gates were closed. So here's Jay-Z's explanation. Show started at 12:15 a.m. Listen to this.
On a Sunday.
New York City, what's up? So, let me explain the delay to you guys. It was like
Please
do. 1 second,
10,000
applause.
people outside. And they closed all the doors, and somebody rushed the door, and they closed the door. For you guys' safety and anybody's safety outside, there's 10,000 people outside. I don't want to start music, and people get trampled. So I know, really sorry for the inconvenience, but I had to make sure everybody was okay.
Four-hour inconvenience? Fuck out of here.
The money that's raised through the Jimmy Fund Walk to Dana-Farber.
Hove got a heart. 1 second. Oh, you don't want to be sued. 1 second, applause.
So I appreciate your patience.
Yeah, you don't want to be sued.
We're gonna have a good time tonight. I got some shit for y'all, I promise you. Let's go! Okay, I'm reloading.
So that's how the show began. There's more to this. Let's take a look at what Variety also reported. That promise held up as Jay ran through almost 50.
Okay, I mean, it's a fucking news story, dude. It matters. A delay by 4 hours? That's crazy. Yankee Stadium understaffed for a show they knew months out is gonna happen? It's a story.
Songs over the course of nearly 3 hours. So the show starts at 12:15. Rocks for 3 hours. Yo, New York City, man. 1 second applause. Much of the set was made up of songs that he performed as part of his Reasonable Doubt and the Blueprint shows, right down to the song segues and clever arrangements. The pipe in of Destiny Child's Girl on Girls, Girls, Girls matched with 03 Bonnie and Clyde hit just as hard as it did on Saturday night, but the set stood strong for the crowd of more than 40,000 people who hadn't given up hope of a historic evening. Very late bedtimes be damned. All right, so let's take a look at some more stuff. So here is Swiss Beats and Jay-Z. They did a tribute to DMX. You can see him on stage here. I'm not going to play the music for obvious reasons, but this is part of Extra Innings. This was a big, big, big moment here. Here's Jeezy. Jeezy canceled his show in Vegas to be here in New York City. So Jeezy, who's actually on tour in Vegas, as well as Usher, both of them actually came out to New York. They said, okay, this is a once-in-a-lifetime type thing. This is history. I believe he's performing Seen It All in this clip. Let me get out to New York City and make sure this happens. 1 second, applause. See, this is what I'm saying. This is one of those shows, one of those times where I wish I was in New York City. Here is Jeezy right here again. So this is Seen It All right here. We see that. The two of them on stage right now.
We're switching
Legendary
games.
moment. Here's Jay-Z with Usher. Usher performed Throwback, which is one of my favorite joints of all time. 1 second, applause. He also performed Heart of the City. So this is Heart of the City right here. Usher and Jay-Z. Usher's supposed to be in Vegas. Now he's in the Bronx. I love this right here. Hov summoning niggas
Hey, Johnny, what's going on?
from their own tours to perform for him. This is crazy. He pulled Jeezy and Usher like big Thanos.
Appreciate you.
1 second, applause. This is one of those shows, guys. It's one
It's
of those
Alex on Alex. I saw that.
weekends. I like this right here. This is Pusha T backstage, and this is them heading to the stage. Check them out.
Now, Johnny, let me ask you a question. But I thought I should give you a thumb. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let me ask you a question. Would you want to have the responsibility of taking over the This Space Twitter and Blue Sky, and for that matter, making one for Instagram? I don't know if there is one for Instagram already, but like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and doing all that? Because, you know, I don't know what the deal is, who has that login information. I assume Andrea does. And, you know, you're not getting paid, and that's a job. So, you know, would you want to do that? And if so, let me know. Maybe I can ask Andrea. Pinkerbell, you too. Like, I don't know. I don't know your situations. I don't know your availabilities. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's just like you do anyways, though, Johnny. Like, you're often one who is, hey, I'm tweeting out when these folks go live. Or you, John Lithium. Or Etch. Now that I have you all here, I guess. You know, would you want to do that? And let me, and DM me on Discord if you would. Like, maybe I can, you know, I want to get those up and running again. I want to be able to point to this space or retweet this space. Yeah, there is. All right, so maybe see if you can get that from Andrea, or ask me if you want it, and I'll ask Andrea. And again, you know, I didn't start this space. I don't know where Matt is. I don't have Matt's contact info. I don't know. I don't think he can pay you. I don't think anybody can pay you. Hell, I feel guilty for having you as mods. I'm like, that's a job. But maybe I'm boomer brained. And everyone's just doing this because they love each other. I don't know. But anyways, let's keep going.
1:46 in the morning. Walking the stage. Hey, where you at? Yeah, walking the stage. You know I don't even do this. What up, Ace? Look, I don't even do this. But this is so chaotic. God is the greatest. It's so chaotic tonight. God is the greatest. Y'all gonna hear about this shit tomorrow. God is the greatest. You gonna hear about it tomorrow. God is the greatest.
So we're going to hear about it tomorrow. This is 1:46 a.m. The show started at 12:15. Here is Clips and Pharrell walking to the stage At 1:46 a.m. We'll take it
up.
applause.
Dude, that's no respect for your fellow artists who might have been like, I was expecting to go on at 8. That's crazy. Yeah, shout out everybody over on YouTube. Yeah, so yeah, Etch, I don't know if you heard, Pinker, if you heard, but yeah, Johnny, whoever wants that responsibility of the Twitter, Blue Sky, and Instagrams of this space, shoot a DM to Andrea. Maybe if you can do a 3-way with both of us, that'd be cool. Or just Andrea, you know, and just say like, hey, can I have that so I can, you know, tweet it out when you guys go live and when the shows change and stuff like that. And clips, when clips are posted. Because I believe in this space. I do. I want us to grow. I'm trying to do everything I can to make that happen.
Halfway through the show. And here's for them performing right here. This is Malice. They're doing Grinded right here. Big shout out to Malice, great friend of mine. 1 second applause. And here is Jay-Z and Clips doing Grinding right here as well. More of an aerial view. The stage looks crazy, guys. Look at this.
Or if like one of you wanted to take one account,
classic
the others,
indeed.
you know, if one of you is on Instagram or the
talking
Twitter,
to the audience. Here's what the clip says. Pharrell tells the people at Yankee Stadium that Jay-Z is ready for war after cutting his hair, and he hopes Jay-Z kills his competition. Hove went back to the season. They poked the bear, and now the bear cut his hair. He got on his helmet. Now he about to go to war. I hope you kill them niggas. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He talking greasy. Let's hear it.
You gotta make some noise for your own. Y'all know him to be the giant, and I know him to be. They poked the bear, and then the bear cut his hair, and now he got on his helmet. He got on his helmet, and he getting ready to go to work. I hope you kill all the niggas. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Make some noise for the legendary skateboard P tonight in New York City.
Make sure you make some noise for the legendary skateboard P. I wonder who he's talking about. Let me know in the comment section who you think Pharrell is talking about. Jay-Z should kill. 1 second applause.
Jake?
A lot of stuff went down here. Rihanna came out. This is the first time I think I've seen Rihanna tour since the Super Bowl. I could be wrong about that. Let me know. This is Run This Town. She walked out right here looking fantastic. Look at that crowd. And she took a moment to speak to the audience. Here's what she said.
Y'all are rusty, right? It's been a while. Y'all with me right now?
You know, I've never listened to a Rihanna album either. We're gonna do Beyonce eventually, but I've also never listened to Rihanna. So that's a thing that could happen.
That was Rihanna right there. 1 second applause. And here they are in the crowd.
Is she a
A$AP
billionaire?
Rocky and Rihanna. They got Rocky finally got into the show. Rihanna gets off stage, and now they're enjoying the concert together. This is beautiful. Their daughter is there somewhere. A full family affair. This is one of those nights. I'm telling you. Here she goes right here. Beyonce coming out doing "Drunken Love" at Yankee Stadium. She also performed on the first night of the show. Here she is on night 3. Another surprise, I believe, performance. From here, but this is
relevant because these are billionaires, at least 2, if not also Rihanna. Reminding the audience who may be questioning, who may be talking a lot and hearing a lot about guillotines being sharpened and billionaires are bad, coming out here and reminding at least their fan bases, hey, you love us though, right? Like, we're okay, right? Because you love these songs. Remember these songs? That's what this is to me. That's why this is relevant. That's what this is relevant for. Is will have the worst concert experience you could imagine. Hour-long waits going on at fucking midnight. But we're going to bring out all these special guests, and it'll be worth it. Don't worry. You won't remember how much your knees hurt or how much money this costs you to even get a ticket to. You'll remember that you were there for history, for the 20th anniversary of Blueprint and 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. These billionaires are trying to remind y'all, hey, I'm one of y'all. This is us, right?
It's a fantastic show. Just take a look at it.
We're going to watch Lil Bill.
I love it. 1 second applause. And this is how Variety article concludes. But in the end, it was Jay as comfortable on stage as ever, as though he hadn't been nearly a decade since his last album. He's still the consummate showman we've come to know over the years, and he didn't shy away from it. As he slid into the final moments of the night, he rapped an a cappella version of Dear Summer, released as a farewell around his early 2000s faux retirement, and concluded with Encore. Fireworks streamed across the New York sky as the clock ticked towards 3 a.m. Yes, tomorrow would be ruined, but not an ounce of regret could be felt as the lights flicked on at Yankee Stadium. 1 second applause. So that was it. That was it. Jay-Z gets on stage after midnight, rocks for 3 hours, goes through 50 songs, brings out clips, and Pharrell and Beyonce and Rihanna and Fat Joe and Tiana Taylor, all of them hit the stage. Here's Screwface John. Besides the issues in the beginning of the night clears easy. Rihanna clips Fat Joe and Jada, Usher, Swiss Beats, Pharrell, Jeezy, and goddamn Beyonce. Hove is looking like young Jay again. This was one of them ones. The GOAT is back outside. Big shout out to Screwface Sean. 1 second applause. Here is the full track list, guest list.
Screwface is dope.
For each of the nights. So night 1, Beyonce, Blue Ivy, Nas, Mecca, Memphis Bleak, Jazzo, and Alicia Keys came out. Blue Ivy played the keys on Can't Not the Hustle, I believe, night 1. Night 2, Eminem, Pharrell Williams, and Slick Rick. That's my favorite album.
Yeah, see, I need Eminem to go on tour because I need to see that motherfucker live before he goes, before I go. I saw my favorite ever last year, Weird Al Yankovic. It's why I grew out my hair. And I got to see my second favorite before I die. And that's Eminem.
The Blueprint. And then night 3 clears, just like Screwface said. Look at this. Rihanna, Clips, Beyonce, Pharrell, Jeezy, Jadakiss, Usher, Fat Joe, Swiss Beats, Tiana Taylor, Jermaine Dupri, The Dream. Epic show all the way around. A few shots from backstage. This right here is Doechii and Jay-Z taking a picture. Yeah, you see here.
Yo, what is the umlaut? Bro, I didn't even remember. Okay, so this is the album cover for Reasonable Doubt, bro. He has a fucking umlaut over the J, over the Y. All right? And I'm like, when I went to go sit down and record that reaction, and I'm like, what? What? Since when? And then, let's see, Jay-Z, Volume 3. Volume 3 doesn't have it. He dropped it, right? What about Volume 2? Also didn't have it. Okay, interesting. Love King Ahmad. Shout out King Ahmad. Good for you for being into Google searches. Maybe that's just mine. Jay-Z Volume 1 also dropped the umlaut. So he only had it for one album. I wonder, why? Why did you have that? That's so weird. Guillotine will come for all the rich mother blankers in GTA 6. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I can't wait for GTA 6. I gotta get a physical disc of it, though, before Sony stops fucking making them. With the greedy cunts they are.
Hair off. New album coming. Album incoming. That lets us know.
Oh, okay. Last one. Thank you so much.
Moo Engine, connecting research and execution into one workflow.
I can make a burr. It'll take about a week, or I can get one from Granger overnight.
Right, so there's Doechii and Hove. Here's another shot right here. This is from night 2. This is Jay-Z and Eminem backstage. I've never actually seen Eminem live, ever. And so this would have been another reason why I wish I was in New York this weekend, because I could have seen it for the first time. Love this song too. Renegade is just amazing, amazing song. 1 second applause. I thought this was really interesting too. This actually came from Cormega. And so he posted on Instagram just his thoughts on Reasonable Doubt as it celebrates its 30-year anniversary. Here's what Cormega said, just on some hip hop lore things, just some things to put this project into context that maybe misses most people. He says this: every once in a while, I write my perspective about hip hop. This is a once in a while moment. Jay is at Yankee Stadium celebrating this weekend. And since it started off with Reasonable Doubt, it made me reflect on the album that has aged like wine. The one thing I never see journalists, media, or historians of rap culture speak on with Jay-Z's debut is the fact that Reasonable Doubt is the first sophisticated street rap album. The cover, the soundscape, the style were not the norm. Something else that made it different was the hustler aesthetic weaved in his lyrics. He said things that if you were in the hustler world, it resonated, whereas if you weren't, you would just enjoy the music. Example, posting an SL but can't post Bell. It rhymes, but for those of that life, it also resonates, as did I'm Still Counting Money from 88, and other lines that sounded slick and sonically good, yet realistically thought-provoking. When I first heard the line, I never prayed to God, I prayed to God eat, it made me feel uncomfortable, but true artists try to take you out of your comfort zone and into their zone, because he followed the line that made me uncomfortable with, that's right, it's wicked, that's life, I live it. It ain't asking for forgiveness for my sins. That was calculated, thought-provoking rhymes that turned my discomfort into understanding, the writing brilliance of Jigga. Coming of age also doesn't get talked about enough from the street perspective of a wise hustler not wanting a young G to crash out. But I wouldn't expect journalists to understand or grow up in a life that aren't parallel to the street life embodied in the music they're compensated to write about or review. The rest of the album, from Ain't No Nigga to Brooklyn's Finest, speaks for itself and has for 30 years. Peace. I just thought that was a really great way to look at this project. Reasonable Doubt.
I think
what was so special about it at the time it came out on its 30-year anniversary. 1 second plus.
I think Reasonable Doubt, I think Jay-Z's albums get better and better. I didn't really like the sound of Reasonable Doubt. Also, the lyrics, everything he talks about on that is all the shit I hate about rap and always have hated about rap. When I listened to T.I.'s new album and I'm like fucking with it, I'm like, okay, this is fun. I realize he's saying all the same shit. And when I listen to Nas, I'm realizing he's saying all the same shit too. But I like how this sounds better. I just like the soundscape of the songs. They feel like songs. They feel distinct. Reasonable Doubt felt like he was trying to tell a movie, kind of, which, you know, admirable and one of the first, I guess, to do that. But he was trying to convince me that he was a gangster, and he was idolizing gangsters and Scarface and all that shit. And it's some of the worst stuff I hate about rap. Cause like, hang on, cause like Eminem is my favorite rapper, right? And the way he talks about violence is over the top and exaggerated with a cheeky like humor to it, or a over the top grotesque like horror core, like that's the genre that Eminem was put in, horrorcore. It's not supposed to be like emulated or looked to as like, oh, this is cool. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. This felt like it was trying to make it sound cool. You're cool if you deal drugs. You're cool if you carry guns. You're cool if you shoot people. You're cool if you're a gangster. You're cool if you're a pimp. The album I just listened to today has Big Pimpin' on it. That's the song that solidified in my mind, I don't like this guy. And I was I was a fucking angry kid. Okay? I was an angry kid who did not like girls. I thought all the things, right? Oh, I'm entitled to a girlfriend. Why won't girls talk to me even though I don't talk to them? I sit there and I see a girl I like and I'm just stewing with anger that I'm not talking to them and that we'll never be together. But I should have just said, hey, you want to go out? Like, be normal. Be normal. But even as that angry kid, I'm like, yeah, but pimping feels weird. Pimping feels weird. And now I know that it's because it's slavery. Like, that's all it is. It's wage theft. The women are putting in the labor. The dangerous labor of being a hooker. And then the guy is, by threat of violence, taking most of the money. Like, that was a line for me. Now, again, Eminem has songs where he's like, I'm a pimp, and blah, blah, blah. It's D12, actually. And again, it's over the top. It's the meanest shit you could say. It's not even trying to be like, no, like the way Snoop Dogg or Jay-Z talks about it. And it's like, well, no, we don't love these hoes. We're cool. Us guys, we're cool. Matter of fact, we're going to make this shit so cool that women are going to call themselves hoes and bitches. The D12 shit is like, no, we're trying to hurt your feelings. We're trying to fucking make you uncomfortable that we're saying any of this shit.
Shout out to India Yasmin. She says, if Jay-Z never performs a Super Bowl, if the Grammys never give Jay a lifetime musical tribute, if BET waits until he's 88 and gets Drake to do his tribute, at least Jay-Z 30 was the best fucking tribute he could give himself. And it looks like it. 1 second applause.
I am Winnie Gabriel, a professional basketball player, an Olympian, and a former refugee. Brutal war.
We got this one right here. It says, one thing these Jay-Z concerts are proving more than ever, real life and the internet, social media are two different realities. It's beyond night and day, LOL, right? You think about all those people sat there and they waited for hours. The show didn't start till 12:15. I mean, it sounded like it was a 4-hour delay. Clips and them weren't walking to the stage till 1:46. Everybody stuck around. You know what I mean? That's real life. That's what outside used to feel like all the time. And now a whole bunch of Jay-Z fans feel like this classic meme right here.
That other shit, that's a nice motherfucker shit.
I love that one. Big shout out to Hot New Hip Hop. That's one of the most classic clips that still circulates. Makes so much sense. 1 second applause. And in case you're wondering, Jay-Z performed several Ye collabs his final night without Ye. So Click, So Appalled, Run This Town, Niggas in Paris, No Church in a While, Welcome to the Jungle.
He has a song called Welcome to the Jungle, like Guns N' Roses with Kanye. Ay.
Stage without Ye. What could have been, and if they had been in different circumstances, that's a whole concert in itself. They did.
Okay, the what could have been. This is, look, I love Company Man, okay? But, like, what the fuck? He was a Nazi. Like, outside of Kanye actually being a Nazi, wearing swastikas, right? Dressing like a KKK guy. All the shit he's been saying. He embodies the very essence of fascism, which is selfishness, narcissism, right? Nationalism stems out of those. I'm going to, on a fundraising broadcast for victims of a hurricane, I'm going to make it about me and say the president doesn't care about black people. Which, okay, you can have that. You can say that to what you're Kanye West. You can call up Rolling Stone and say, I want to give an interview. Here's my thoughts on the hurricane. You're part of a broadcast that is actively getting donations. People are calling in to give donations. As stupid as it is to say, like, you know, pander to the racists, I guess, in the audience, and don't offend the sensibilities of white folks who may be donating. When it comes to the fucking victims of a hurricane, yeah, be as inoffensive as possible. Just read the lines on the card. But he had to say something, not because he gave that much of a shit, clearly he didn't, but because he wanted to make it about himself. There's now a story about this fundraiser, rather than a bunch of celebrities got together and put a fundraiser on for whatever it was, whatever the organization was. Eminem's one of your favorites too. Yeah, when M raps about violence, is always over the top, silly cartoon. Yeah. It's never felt glorified. Even when he's like, yeah, this is desperately what I want to do to Kim or my mom or whatever, or the world. It's like, that's his fucking feelings. And even now, he'll tell you, yeah, that was fucked up for me to make that shit. That's what Death of Slim Shady was. It got me back in the music. But Kanye wanted to make that about himself. He was a narcissist from day one. The biggest song that I remember, like the first time I remember being like, this is Kanye West, is Gold Digger. And it's a song about don't get with a woman who wants you for your money. And then he went and married Kim Kardashian. I don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift. She's another billionaire. Fuck her. But, 20 years ago, she wasn't. She was a 19-year-old, daughter of rich people, for sure. Industry plant, whatever. Who isn't? But she was getting an award at the Grammys, and he walked on stage, because I guess, they're friends with Jay-Z and Beyonce, walked on the stage, interrupted her. Fuck it, it's my show. I'm doing this. Can I find that? Kanye interrupts Taylor Swift. This is the first crazy award show thing that I remember, really, by the way. Oh my god. Yeah, the reaction of Beyonce too is hilarious. What is this?
Making a rival as angelic and as beautiful as this.
Yeah, this is my show. I can do whatever I want. We're doing this. Watch this shit. Am I gonna get dinged for MTV footage? Is that what's gonna happen? I might. Okay, but alright. Let's just take it from here. I mean, it's from Taylor's Swifties. It says 1.3 million views. And this channel only has 745 subscribers. Get this channel up, Swifties. What are you doing? Shout out Screwface in the corner here. Don't use AI. Stop using AI, Screw. But we love you. This is her, I think, first award. Right? Oh my god, it's fucking Twilight guy. That's the werewolf from Twilight. One of the most entertaining things to happen in a award show. True. It is crazy.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Video music, not even...
Yo, Taylor.
I forgot. I thought it was the Grammys.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Look at how fucking embarrassed she is. And again, Beyonce, another billionaire. Who gives a fuck? But like, Jesus Christ! That's not even your husband. Like, Will Smith going up and smacking the shit out of Chris Rock is ridiculous. Does Chris Rock deserve that? For other reasons that I was reminded of recently watching Matt Bernstein and Emma Vigeland talk about Jerry Seinfeld and how there was that, like, HBO, I don't know what you call it, panel show, effectively proto-podcast with Ricky Gervais, Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, and Louis C.K. And Ricky and Louis kept, like, just started talking about the N-word and using the N-word in comedy and just and using it, right? And Chris Rock kind of co-signs that and is like, this is okay for them to do that because it's for comedy. and which is internalized white supremacy. He feels the need to do that. He's surrounded by white people. Same shit I have, honestly. Doesn't just affect biracials. It affects full-blown black people like Chris Rock. But Jerry was like offended and was like, actually, I don't think anybody should say it because it's a horrible fucking word that only means a hateful thing. And that's kind of how my dad has taught me throughout my life. This is why I don't say it on camera, out of respect for him. Did some comedian's wife punch another comedian who was talking shit about her, like, recently? I don't know. Let me see. You know what? Let's Google it. No, but I think a comedian did. Wait, what? For real? Look at you, Pinker. That's crazy.
The internet a few weeks ago, Timmy No Breaks got punched in the face yakatow by Matt McCusker's wife in the comedy Mothership Green.
Matt McCusker is the co-host for Matt and Shane's secret podcast. Oh, I gotta see this. Let's see. Where is this happening?
All for YouTube credit, man. That's cool.
Yep. Clout chasing pieces of shit.
Oh, it's Big J. Of course he's involved. I love Big J. I think I will kind of defend Big J kind of to the end of time. I really do think it's ignorance of why he's not distancing himself from these people. But again, this is like his friend group. I don't know. I wonder if his daughter, who I'm assuming is like probably 20 by now. Last time I listened, she was a teenager. So, but I'm wondering if she's like embarrassed that she knows Tony Hinchcliffe or whatever. I don't know.
I'm playing for your wife.
That's
I've
a
literally
good
never met your wife. I've never said a word to her. I feel so.
No, you can't take it back now.
Is this the footage of it? Matt McCusker's wife punched. I can't see footage of it. But that is funny. The lady was in the WNBA. I don't know the guys involved. I heard my kid watching a TikTok. Oh, okay. You know, more people rushing the stage at award shows. Make award shows great again. Oh, hang on. My dog threw up. He called his wife a bitch. Oh, I see. Well, yeah, you're gonna get fucking smacked. Oh, Mr. Rooney, you okay, buddy? Are you okay? You want to check this space? Word. Yeah. Puppy guy.
One of the best videos of all time.
Dude, this is so uncomfortable. I can't fucking watch it. I like. This is so uncomfortable. Maybe a award show should have a few regular folks there as designated hecklers, like those old Muppets. Hey, speaking of which, Pinker. Alright, we're gonna open this just so we have this.
Everpure's data management platform.
But literally, you spoke it into existence. American Redact. American Redact has this. And they'll have the footage. If anybody's going to have the footage, they'll have the footage.
I never met your wife. I've never said a word to her. I feel so...
No, you can't take it back now.
You're going to have to face her out there.
I thought I would be able to see her, but I guess not.
Wow.
Anyways,
I've never
Timmy
said a
No
word
Breaks
to her. I feel so...
is making jokes about Matt McCuster's black wife, and Matt is like, "Dude, you're gonna get your."
Oh, his wife's black, so he said, "I'll try to. I want to go see her out there, but I'm not gonna get a chance to see her because she's black, because nighttime." Which, again, the thing about racist humor is, it's the lowest hanging fruits, right? Your skin's dark, like night. Hey, like, but boom. It's just, it's there, and it can be used effectively as, think of comedy like juggling, right? And you're trying to do like a big throw. And that's the thing that gets the crowd to go, whoa, and laugh. That's your joke. That's your punchline. That's the art of comedy. When you're just like trying to hold it and you're throwing it up before you throw it up and you're holding it in between big moves, that's the low-hanging fruit. That's the add-ons to a joke, the ad-libs, the like, hitting one point over and over and then continuing on with the big trick. So I don't even got a problem with that. But it's like, if you only do that, then you work at the mothership with Joe Rogan. Oh no, Rooney, you have to do it again? You okay, buddy? Sorry. What a keen observation. Yeah. Oh, his skin's dark? Like night, you say? Oh, God. He did it again. I'm sorry. Hang on. Wait, go drink some water. Oh, he's going again. Dog's okay. Dog's okay. Come here, buddy. Proof of life. He's okay. Like, he didn't eat anything. He was just lying on the bed all day. And then just got up and puked. Like, I don't know. He does it sometimes. But yeah, let's keep going. Welcome back, Johnny. We're going through this story of a comedian's wife. So, comedian said, you know, I hope to see your wife outside, but I know I'm not going to be able to because she's black and it's nighttime outside. Right? Hilarious. So then I guess this is the guy on a different podcast actually talking about it.
Get punched in the face, dude. You keep doing this shit, you're gonna get punched in the face.
Oh, he's talking. No, he was there on the panel. He's on the other side.
It's like, dude, you're gonna get punched in the face, dude. You keep doing this shit, you're gonna get punched in the face. Matt McCuster's wife walks up to Timmy No Breaks and just fucking clocks him, dude.
Alright, so apparently one of the 250 comedy assassins from Austin, Texas, quite literally got some sense knocked into him recently by Matt McCusker's wife, Brittany McCusker, which happened after this guy made a bunch of poor taste jokes about Brittany during the most recent episode of Story Wars.
Timmy No Breaks.
I'm plugging Matt's wife.
Hey, work's work.
Yeah, I get paid.
Big J Okerson.
Don't kiss my fucking ass now. Shut up.
I said I'm gonna fuck his wife after the show. That's what I said. I didn't.
Like, here's why I like Big J. In the midst of all this, Jay's always the peacekeeper. Jay's always trying to bring it back to just, we're trying to be funny for an audience. And I feel like I always felt like, dude, honestly, when I was listening to The Bonfire, Big J and Dan Soder in like 2018, 19, I'm like, they could bridge the Rogan-Trump divide. Like, they could do that. But I don't think Jay's aware enough of how important it is to do that. Like, what this is all doing to the country and the world. I think Dan Soder does, and that's why he's got his own podcast now. And he does interact with these folks. They're all friends, of course. But he's clearly, centrally doing something else. Going in a different direction. And I think that was his agents and girlfriend/wife now. Helping him along, being like, you don't want to be associated with the Trump's just memeing, guys, it's fine crowd. It's not going to end well.
I didn't say anything but that, okay, Lewis.
Take it away, Lewis.
I didn't apologize as myself. I
Rooney. Dude, now I am worried. I mean, he does this sometimes, honestly. He will just throw up, but like, it's a lot. You alright? Alright, bud. Yeah, he throwed up. He been throwing up. I appreciate y'all sticking with me. It's okay, buddy. It's alright. Come here. Hey, bud. Yeah, there you are. See? He looks fine. He's just hanging out. But yeah, so let's keep going through this thing. Because this is fun. Thank you, Pimp Bell. I like this.
Said I'm f***ing your wife after the show, okay?
Cursor is a tool that helps build software faster with AI, both for professional engineers.
But if you guys don't know who this obnoxious guy in the leather jacket is...
You know what? Honestly, this reminds me of the Graham Plattner thing. Because sometimes the Graham Plattner thing is like black women especially, from the black woman's perspective. Because every black woman I follow was like, no, from jump. Was like, nope. And sometimes that's unfair. And you go, well, you know, give him a chance, whatever. But sometimes it's just like, no, I don't play. And the fact that he got punched in the face while some of these other white women around these comedians are like, yeah, you can joke about raping me and blah, 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 because it's just a joke, right? Comedy. I'm one of the boys. It's all good. The pick-me's, if you will. Black women are like, nope. Now they, you know, there's levels to it.
Yet. His name is Timmy No Breaks, and this is actually a character he's been doing on Kill Tony for about a year now. And when he first appeared on Kill Tony, he was pretty well received by the audience, as people didn't really know what to expect with him. But after becoming a regular on Kill Tony, this Timmy No Breaks character quickly became stale, as there's only so many things you can say in a thick New Jersey accent that
this is what, Andrew Dice Clay, essentially?
That are funny. So nowadays, even he's getting tired of it, as he's essentially just a one-trick pony.
Okay, this next impression is going to be the generic white guy. What's up? My name's Tim Stiefler, and I'm from San Diego, and I don't want to do Timmy No Breaks anymore. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate this fucking guy. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. All these shots, like my dreams came true, right? Like people are buying tickets to see Timmy No Breaks, and I have to show up and be like, you're gay, you're gay, and I'd be like, that's not funny at all.
So keep in mind that he's a beginner stand-up comic who's kind of trapped in this Timmy No Breaks character, and is really just forced to do it at this point, since when he does stand-up as his actual self, Tim Stiefler, it's not really as strong, and obviously doesn't draw as many people to his shows compared to the No Breaks guy. So the boredom and frustration of being forced to stick with this one-trick pony shtick has actually pushed him towards this Austin style of offensive shock humor, which is apparently what a lot of beginner comics at the mothership gravitate towards, since they think that that's what the top dogs want from them. Like this guy's entire...
Pink, are you deleting Etch? This is inter-mod feuding. Oh, by the way, I didn't make you a mod, Etch. You gotta be a mod. That is mod.
Her career was because Tony Hinchcliffe deemed him worthy enough to be a regular on Kill Tony. But now that Tim Stiefler doesn't really have any direction with his comedy character, Timmy No Breaks, he's now just resorted to following Tony's and even Louis J. Gomez's lead on stage. Like during this Story Wars episode, all the guys up there were just picking fun at Matt's wife, for whatever reason. But Timmy No Breaks was really the one who was turning it up a notch. And even though Matt
was that by accident? I thought you did it as a joke. That's hilarious. Did you delete all of his messages? Or their messages? I don't know any of your guys' genders. Which doesn't matter, but it's just... I get errors. Well, you're all mods now. It's an all mod chat.
Being nice about it, you could tell that he was getting irritated with it. And you could also probably assume that he felt that his wife didn't really like being the butt of the joke whatsoever.
Story
story number 7. I refuse to go with my significant other to visit their dad in jail.
Now, I would think Big J, because he hasn't had a story, but Matt's wife is black.
Can I be honest with you? My first thing was to jokingly laugh and go like, Louis, that's fucked up. And I was like, it's a really decent, rational.
Okay, can I actually put one more thing out there
Sure.
for Matt? Okay, so obviously his wife's dad abandoned her, right? And he doesn't. Sorry.
No, oh, that guy had enough.
Sit down, sir. Sit
Real
down.
nice, Timmy.
Come on, buddy. Come back. It's okay.
Come on, dude. So what?
Let's
Man,
cut
all
that.
kinds
Let's
of colored
cut that.
people go to jail. White people, that's why there's wars in jail. Everyone's white, Asian.
McCusker is genuinely autistic. There's a chance. There's a chance
Also,
that he
yeah.
just doesn't feel things when people have emotions
Fucking trigger warning. They use bad words.
in front of him. I met his wife backstage.
I
She's
gotta
a.
edit.
I gotta be honest with you. She was so mean. It was insane.
That's crazy to say.
Yeah, because she's black. You fucking racist piece of shit.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
In third place with 9 points, Matt McCusker.
Matt got 9 points by story number 3, and he has not scored a single point since.
No. Just fending off attacks from my wife by these fucking scumbags. All for YouTube credit, man. That's cool.
Clout chasing pieces of shit.
You're too old to be watching vertical stream. Well, hop over on Twitch. I know, I wish I could stream horizontally to YouTube as well, but Streamlabs makes me choose one or the other. And I'd rather Twitch be... Maybe I'll do it the other way around next time. I'll do horizontal on YouTube, vertical on Twitch. See if that works. Maybe that's the new meta. We'll see.
They're pressing. They're pressing. Oh my Gemini!
Want to lose weight without losing muscle? Factor got me there. I was tired of all the cutting and bulking.
And you see, a lot of people online are split about this
Fuck
Story
you.
Wars
Stop
episode,
throwing up.
as
I
a
need
bunch
to
of
work.
Kill Tony fans are actually sticking up for Timmy No Jokes and Lewis and Tony here, stating that the jokes made about Matt's wife were actually fine, while also stating that they certainly didn't warrant a right-handed cross from Brittany McCusker. But if you guys are in that camp, just keep in mind that they most definitely cut a bunch of clips out of this podcast that were probably aimed at Brittany McCusker. I mean, even in that last clip, Timmy himself was asking for them to cut some parts of the podcast out. And there's even a part of the podcast later on where it's pretty obvious.
Fucking hell, dude. Alright, now you're just annoying. And you're interfering with my... I need to cut this thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, Edge. Young kid stopping ground, yeah.
That they cut it at the part where Timmy No Breaks was going on about Matt's wife. Another thing to keep in mind about this too is that Brittany McCusker isn't a stand-up comedian, like in any shape or form. So it just seemed like a disproportionate amount of jokes were aimed at her just because she's married to Matt McCusker. Like these Austin comics really just go after the lowest hanging fruit they can think of. And of course they think it's peak comedy because the people in the crowd laugh at it. I mean, just take a look at how pathetically Tony Hinchcliffe tries to get a rise out of the crowd here.
You guys are both half Puerto Ricans?
Yeah.
Why do you read so Puerto Rican?
Reading Puerto Rican means you can't read.
Yeah.
It's a pretty dominant gene they have.
No
Significant other. I just met Jamie's husband backstage.
So this right here is just the epitome of Austin comedy. I mean, here you've got a bunch of 40 to 50-year-old men on stage doing jokes that maybe a third grader would find funny, if that. Like, this is just some grade A toxic sludge that's really only funny for the people in the audience, who are, of course, a particularly rare breed of human being. I mean, just...
Yeah. I get like comedy requires a thick skin or whatever, but I thought families... No. Again, the whole thing is we're pushing it further. That's what they pride themselves on.
Imagine going online and paying for a ticket to attend Story Wars, of all shows. And then on top of that, to think that Tony Hinchcliffe rose to fame by LARPing as someone who can judge stand-up comedy is just beyond me. But what's even crazier than that is the thought that other comics at the mothership actually look up to this guy and try to kiss up to him so much that they even bend their own material on stage to what they think Tony thinks is funny. Like, this guy is really who Timmy No Breaks is trying to please here, which is actually pretty unfortunate. I mean, I don't believe Timmy No Breaks would be so brash these days if it weren't for his idols like Tony Hinchcliffe and Joe Rogan, but I guess that's just the way it is at the comedy mothership, folks. And recently, Ari Shaffir explained this phenomenon in more depth on Steph Toliv's podcast, where he stated that new comics tend to be as aggressively offensive as they can be at the mothership because they think that's what Joe and Tony want.
There is something, and this happened in Houston too, where they did it with Kinnison and Hicks, where they started going like, this is what I think I'm supposed to do based on one of the big things. And a lot of guys are there doing material that they think Rogan and Austin would like.
Yeah.
And not like what they want to do. They're still trying to find themselves. So they go, I guess Rogan, and Rogan's like, I don't care what you do. Do jokes about Kierkegaard. I mean, just make it funny. I don't give a shit. But they're trying to like please what they think is a version of him. You know?
Yeah.
And then it's like not healthy.
No.
But a lot of them are younger, or just like, or it's just a fucking weekday show and they're trying, and you can't judge it too harsh.
Okay. I've seen this guy's act a million times. It's very similar.
Yeah, I mean, some guys are offensive.
Yes.
But also, you don't want to be the guy going, Dice is over the line.
No, well, Dice is timid compared to this.
Yeah.
Dice is clean compared
Yeah, but he
to
wasn't. He had
myself.
other comics ripping up his picture and going, I'll never perform with him.
Oh, really? I
Oh,
didn't realize
Dice in his
that.
prime?
So there's that, and there's the fact that Timmy
Well,
No
again,
Breaks...
yeah, Dice. He says you don't want to be the guy saying Dice is over the line. Why not? There were. You mean George Carlin?
is basically just a cheap knockoff of Andrew Dice Clay, who built his career around playing an exaggerated, loudmouthed, leather jacket wearing New York tough guy. The big difference between the two, though, is that Dice actually had original material, memorable catchphrases, and enough charisma to turn the character into one of the biggest stand-up acts of the late 80s. Timmy No Breaks, on the other hand, feels more like he's borrowing the attitude without bringing the same level of joke writing or stage presence. I mean, the guy was obviously an overnight success and still has a pretty long way to go. So he goes overboard in this one and ended up getting rocked in his face because of it.
And you don't tell us. You don't tell each other.
I'm playing for your wife. I've literally never met your wife. I've never said a word to her. I feel so...
No, you can't take it back now.
You're going to have to face her out there.
I thought I would be able to see her, but I guess not.
Wow. The bit is slowly taking over.
So you guys have to wager. Do not tell me
Before
when
the
you wager.
question?
Damn, how low when Tony is your idol. I know. Tony sucks, dude. So many of these comedians are mid. Like, they were mid 20 years ago. They just, like, have credits. And so the industry is like, oh, you've worked before? Well, then we can trust you to show up and be on time and blah, blah, blah. Instead of, like, going out and finding new comics who might be better. Unfortunately, these are, like, some of the only venues for, like, up-and-coming comics to make their fucking careers. It sucks.
Notice in the last part there, that little shot by Matt there actually just killed Timmy No Break's spirit. I mean, just look at the way he lost his smile after pretending to laugh at Matt McCusker's joke. Like, Matt knows that this character is eating Tim Stiefler alive, and that he's only doing it because that's what the crowd wants. Like, he's truly stuck in this character. And in comparison to someone like Adam Ray, who became well known for doing his Dr. Phil impression, at least he's actually super talented at learning and performing a bunch of different impressions of particular people. So because of that, it's afforded him some longevity in the comedy space. Tim Stiefler, on the other hand, seems like he can only do this one bit. So this little jab by Matt definitely hit Timmy in the soul. Then after the show, of course, Matt's wife Brittany, who's actually hilariously enough an ex-cop, threw a haymaker at the guy's temple backstage in the coveted green room of the mothership. So this dude just got completely humbled this night by the McCusker household. Some people online, though, are doubting that this ever happened, since I guess Timmy No Breaks is known for making stories up online, but the fact that Sam Tripoli was an eyewitness to the strike and recounted the entire event on his podcast kind of points to this being true.
We go upstairs. I go into the green room. It's packed. DJ Skanks, Joe Rogan's crew, everybody's in there. Rogan is in there, but everybody else is there. Tim Butterly's there. Timmy No Breaks there. And I go sit down. Tony comes in. We hug. We talk. Matt McCusker comes in.
Wait, Timmy No Break. Is that Timmy No Dice? Is that the same guy?
No. Yeah, well, yeah, that's basically the same guy. Nice guy. So there's frantic energy. Now, I never met Matt McCusker face to face. I don't think so. So I wanted.
By the way, I appreciate y'all watching. You know I'm working on the side. I will be back in a minute. I'm just cutting something. I'm listening. Even on news radio, Joe wasn't super funny. Yeah, dude, he's not good.
Introduce myself to him.
Okay.
And the room is just chaotic.
Where is this? Texas?
This is in the green room of the mothership.
Okay.
So I go up there. I go up to Matt. He's talking to Tim Butterly, and I'm like, "Hey, man, hi, I'm Sam Tripoli. I want to introduce you." He shakes my hand and walks off. I'm like, "Okay, that's fine."
What do you mean, like didn't say anything, just walked
He
off?
just said, "Hey," and walks off.
Okay.
But let me tell the story before you get upset about it, dude.
Okay.
So I go sit down. I go, okay, I don't know what's going on. So, anyways, I start looking around at the green room, and I notice it's really crazy energy, like something just went down. Right. So I start listening, and Tim Butterly can't stop laughing. So supposedly what happened was we were in the second Story Wars. The first Story Wars, Timmy No Breaks, Matt McCusker are on the panel with a chick. I can't remember who it was. But anyways, Timmy No Breaks is making jokes about Matt McCuster's black wife. And Matt is like, dude, you're gonna get punched.
I mean, even that, just saying black wife. I mean, never mind. It's stipulating like what the context is, but it's like white leftist because you assume a leftist would be black. Black wife because you wouldn't assume a wife would be black, I guess. You know what I mean?
Punch in the face, dude. You keep doing this, you're gonna get punched in the face. And he I don't know how long it lasted, but he made a couple jokes. Anyways, afterwards, Tim Butterly
on the show.
On Story Wars.
Okay.
Afterwards, Timmy No Breaks and Tim Butterly are talking in the hallway at the comedy mothership when dude, I normally wouldn't tell these stories, but it's so fucking funny.
Okay.
So Timmy No Breaks talking to Tim Butterly. Matt McCuster's wife walks up to Timmy No Breaks and just fucking clocks him, dude. Clocks him, full clock, bro.
Really?
Clocks him, dude. She used to be a cop, dude. She's very pretty. Used to be a cop. She gets boom and just full gets him, dude. Hits him. He's kind of shocked. They break it up. He's up there at the top. He's in the green room going, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? He goes, I've never been hit. He didn't say it to me, but he's saying it to everybody else. He's like, I've never been punched in the face before. And I'm like, oh, so it's a good thing. This is a good thing for you. It's great to get punched in the face once in a while. So you know there's consequences to your actions. And everyone just couldn't believe it. I guess the next day they made up. But it was the funniest story I've ever heard. Everyone could not stop laughing that fucking Matt McCuster's wife just clocked Timmy No Breaks.
Do you think she thought it was going to be like the movies and he would just fall down dead, basically?
Listen, I got nothing but love for Matt McCusker, and his wife is badass. I mean, dude, he's like, dude, my jaw hurts. I was like,
I think the funniest part about this whole situation is that it really actually didn't have to happen. Like, Timmy No Breaks could have just walked off that stage having had another average appearance, and everyone would have forgotten about it about a week later. But instead, Timmy No Dice tried to be as offensive as possible towards Matt's wife, in an attempt to join Lewis and Tony on stage. Because that's the culture these newer Austin comics have bought into, and now he's kind of cooked. So whether or not Brittany McCusker's punch was justified is something people are obviously going to endlessly debate about. But what isn't really debatable is that this whole episode should probably serve as a wake-up call for Tim Stiefler. Like, this dude has reached the point where the only way to keep people interested is by saying increasingly reckless things about people who aren't even comedians. So I just think this guy's novelty is wearing off. Like, the gimmick's getting really old really fast, and perhaps he should go back to the drawing board if he's gonna continue doing this no-break sort of fella, instead of simping for Tony Hinchcliffe in my personal comments. And yes, Timmy Dollar Store Clay really tried to defend Tony Hinchcliffe in one of my recent videos about him a few months back. But weirdly enough, when I went to click on it, it magically disappeared. So either he instantly deleted it, or was just getting bombed in the comments by you guys. But with that being said, thanks so much for watching.
It's easy for the screen to steal our time. Less can free you to find more. Full of protein, less ingredients, less sugar. Siggy's, less sets you free.
Great half. We gotta keep that pressure on. And use the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo.
She's right.
Christian Pulisic.
It scores unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Scarf, anyone?
The Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply.
Well, that was a fucking interesting story. Thank you, Pinkerbell. That was funny. All right, let me throw on this Lil Bill Jay-Z thing, because I want to hear what he has to say. If you don't know Lil Bill, I'm putting you on right now. This is like in the realm of FD, Olay, foreign, but less accommodating to white folks. I suppose. I don't know what you want to say. Less concerned with like YouTuber drama or anything like that. He's about his shit and that's it. I love him. Does it stick out? Would he say white wife? I mean, yeah. I mean, it matters in the context of the story.
Yo, what it do, what it go? It's time for another edition of the Bill Joyner Show, coming at y'all live and direct on this Monday morning. I wanted to get on here and rap with y'all real quick, because Jay-Z just wrapped up his Yankee Stadium dates, right? And of course, anytime Jay-Z is in the news, it's always news, right? Like, low-key, Jay might, outside of, Drake Drizzy himself, Jay is probably the most consequential figure in hip hop over the first half of this year. You feel me? Going back to that GQ interview that everybody had a problem with, the Roots freestyle, the Target thing, him doubling down on the Target thing.
All right, so Rune threw up again. I'm gonna gather that together and take it outside. I will leave you with. Give me a second. Just give me a second. I'm sorry to keep pausing stuff and stuff. But y'all, my homies, y'all understand. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're puking about. He's getting a haircut on Saturday. Because he's too floofy. He's too floofy. He's getting a haircut. I don't know what's going on with this tummy wummy. What's up, John Lithium? Thank you for showing up over here where everybody else is at. Yeah, the pooch. But never seen his content. Okay. Well, this is one of, like, this is like a B-sides, you know? This is like his second channel. Ooh, I also want to watch this video.
Not everyone's gonna get it.
But yeah, this is his second channel. He does more like, you know, edited video essays, like Olay, you know, FD, Brianna Claire. But this is one of his more just like, I'm in the fucking car and I got something to say.
You know, this beef with Drake, and now, you know, we get to the Yankee Stadium thing, right? And specifically, I wanted to talk about the fact that, you know, of course, Jay-Z, like I said, anytime Jay-Z is in the news for anything, there's always going to be a very vocal portion of, you know, the internet that just has a problem with anything with the way that Jay moves, right? And I ain't gonna blame them, I ain't gonna hold them for that, right? But I am of the opinion that at some point it's like, all right, dog, relax. What you think you're doing, you're not really doing, right? What you think you're accomplishing, you're not really accomplishing. Honestly, what you're accomplishing is nothing, to keep it a bean, right?
Are you talking to me? Lil Bill, who just made a Jay-Z video today, in which I try to be nicer, because in my other videos I'm getting like legit comments where I'm like, where people are like, hey man, I want to enjoy a reaction to my music that I like, but you're kind of being like really uncharitable, and I'm like, you know what, you're right, I'm going hard. So I was a little bit nicer, but I'm still like, you're a billionaire. You know, there's no ethical way to become a billionaire, blah blah blah. And maybe Lil Bill is like, what you're doing, that's not changing anybody's mind. And I think he's right, because those people's minds aren't getting changed.
Yeah, Jay-Z, you know, during his performance, you know, he took some shots at Colin Kaepernick, basically alleging that because, you know, Colin Kaepernick had made a settlement behind the scenes with the NFL a few years.
I'm on this space right now. It's Pep.
Grocery store and like.
Is Pep live? Hell yeah. But anyways, we'll raid into Pep when we're done.
Years back, and allegedly as part of that settlement, Cap signed a NDA with the league saying that, you know, he wouldn't disclose anything or whatever the case may be and all that. Now listen, I have thoughts on Colin, especially in light of, you know, his most recent you know, social justice coded business venture that is for those of y'all who don't know, is a AI robot that's designed to, you know, create graphic novels for kids, that's designed to, you know, encourage literacy and artistic expression.
Really? AI graphic novel. Foray into AI comics. Colin is deeply embarrassing. Colin puts his brand online for AI slop. Ooh, that sucks.
Which,
It
again,
usually goes
AI,
live before 5,
we're trying to teach kids to read by giving them a greater excuse.
Hey, when we hit like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'll be able to raid people on YouTube, I think. So, hey. encouragement.
Other excuse to not read. We're trying to make kids more creative by giving them another reason to not pick up a pen or pencil, right? But anyway, I digress. You know, Colin, I'll put it like this. My thoughts, my feelings on Colin, you feel me, for the better part of the last decade has been that a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. That's the Pew baby in me, but that I will put it there, I will leave it there, and I will go no further, right? Because this is not a Colin Kaepernick video. But of course, niggas have problems with what Jay had to say about Cap. Niggas have problems about Jay, you know, doubling down on the Target thing. And this is the thing that I wanted to get at with this, right? Is that I am of the opinion.
Yo, what the? It's so dark.
This is the Mantis Sound sleep mask that is completely blackout.
And I'm gonna get more into this in a video that I got cooking on main. Matter of fact, I was in the process of recording that video yesterday, but then, you know, my tripod tipped over. I don't know how, but my tripod tipped over and my camera broke. And initially I thought the lens had just broke off of it, but somehow, some way, you know, the lens broke off and the camera.
People are gonna buy that crap for their grandkids. Oh, the fucking Colin Kaepernick thing, children's book. Yeah, for sure. One of the I would have voted for Obama 3 times. People, whether they're white, black, or anywhere, boys, girls, and NBs. Obama brain affects them all. One subscriber closer to 1K. Thank you, John Lithium. Appreciate you. Maybe I should get that. Have like a goal. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to stream. You're lucky you're seeing me now. I'm an old man. I should look into this. Etsy is overrun with AI too. Oh, I'm sure. That sucks, dude. My friend's wife makes stuff for Etsy. And like, I can imagine how much effort you put into you making shit, and then some slop thing is just like, hey, T-shirts, whatever. God, it's so... There's going to be a breaking point. There has to be a fucking breaking point.
Itself broke in the process, so I said, all right, F it, whatever the case may be. By the way, thank you to all of y'all who did drop a couple dollars in the GoFundMe or whatever. I haven't checked it since then. Those of y'all that's watching now, I'm not going to repost it over here because for all I know, I'm probably already at the goal. But those of y'all who do want to, you know, drop a couple dollars, y'all could go on main and check my community post for the GoFundMe tab, right? But anyway, Ankh is for after 5 years. Ankh is probably finally going to be live in HD, right? live in 4K. You feel me? At the 5, I'm going to miss. You feel me? The blurry lenses.
I feel, dude. I don't even have like a real camera. This is a Logi like webcam thing. Eventually, if we start making money on fucking YouTube and Twitch, like, you know, we'll see. Don't even, like, speak it, pray it, but, like, don't jinx it. Because man, I would really like that to be a possibility one day.
Aesthetic, but whatever, dog. Very 2010s.
But until then, you're dealing with blurry me. All blurry me. Hey, it's blurry as shit. Potato cam. Matter of fact, why am I doing that? Y'all don't even notice on YouTube, but on Twitch, like, I'm making the game big for y'all.
Too coded, but anyway, so this is what I wanted to get at with this, right? And it's going to lead to a bigger conversation because, like I said, I'm going to get more in depth into this.
It's clogging up every search term so that real people are pushed way down. Yeah, dude, I was looking for. Yeah, man. Potato cam.
And that's that. I think that and I include myself into this as a nigga whose job, well, one of my jobs is to spend exorbitant amount of time on the internet each and every day, right? And I think that for niggas for whom that is y'all's primary means of socialization, I think that niggas on the internet grossly overestimate the material impact of what goes on the internet on real life. You understand what I'm saying? I genuinely think that niggas,
everything related to design is all overrun with AI crap. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Like, how long before Marvel and DC are just like, fuck it, we have enough, we have 100 years more of material we could just feed into our slot machines, and we'll just print new Batman, you know, we'll just print new comics this way. We don't even have to write them either. It's gonna happen. They're gonna try, and I hope people don't buy it. But I worry about the kids. I worry that the kids are just like, this is what it is. They don't know different, and they won't seek out human shit, and they'll just be like, yeah, the slop. This is what we like. Fortnite, Roblox, brain rot. Everyone's
feel
trying to
like
make it quick.
niggas overestimate the value of content. Grossly overestimate the value of content, especially quote unquote awareness raising content.
This is shots at everyone, by the way. I don't know if you are peeping this. This is like, he's low-key dissing everybody. Being like, you're putting too much value on you're watching the right YouTube channel. You're watching the right creator. Or creators, you're putting too much value on what you're doing. You're making a video on YouTube that is no different than a video of someone getting kicked in the nuts. It's no different than the surprised gopher. It's just content, you know. This is why I watch Lil Bill. He cuts through. He cuts through bullshit.
You understand what I'm saying? And so the question becomes, well, why do people do that? You feel what I'm saying? Why do people do that? I'm gonna tell you why they do that, right? Using one of y'all's favorite topics of discussion, right? Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
I am of the opinion. I was
Or
talking
America's
to
Funniest Home
you feel me,
Videos.
a couple of the homies about this yesterday, as a matter of fact. I believe it was yesterday, if not the day before. Is that
Vegas Pro? What's Vegas Pro? Is
I
that
am of the
edited?
opinion that when it comes to, you know, Palestine and the way that we talk about Palestine, is that at this point, if you do not understand why dropping bombs on little brown babies in the name of colonial expansionism is a bad thing, if you do not understand that, and you need a stranger on the internet to explain that to you after 2 years of us talking about it at this point,
Is my internet okay? Am I still live? Because
Not just meal kits, and it's not just.
Because that froze, and my computer, my work laptop froze, and I was like, oh no. Okay.
years of us talking about it at this point, not only are you not going to get it, but you choose to not get it. You do so willfully. You understand what I'm saying? Because as far as I can tell, both on and offline, the general consensus among regular, everyday ass niggas and niggas is that Israel is bad. Israel is doing some bad shit. We should not be supporting Israel for any reason whatsoever. Even niggas on the right side of the political spectrum for a completely different matter of fact, actually some of them for some of the reasons that we say. But even those niggas are like, you know, niggas, you know, Joe Rogan type, not Joe Rogan himself, you feel me, because he's a corporate shill, but niggas that be around Joe Rogan are like, why are we spending money on a war that's not even ours to fight? You dig what I'm saying? While I gotta go to the grocery store and pay, you know, $8 a carton for, you know, a dozen eggs. You feel what I'm saying? So I say that to say, at this point, what does awareness raising content on Palestine actually do? Especially when it's not being made by Palestinians. What purpose does it serve? Why do you have to?
I don't know if he's gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. A lot of it is when I was a kid, back in my day, because I'm a fucking old man now. Back in my day, motherfuckers were buying Che Guevara t-shirts at Urban Outfitters. I don't know how many of them were legit socialists or communists who were buying that. It was a lot of teenagers. It was a lot of high school kids and college kids going, I'm a revolution. I'm protesting the Iraq war. And I'm protesting the Afghanistan war. Why? You think you're going to actually change Bush's mind? Or do you think I can tell my kids that I protested the war? Because your parents are telling you that they protested during Vietnam while you live on the Upper East Side in a fucking because your parents were that generation. Some of the hippies were socialists. Some of them were revolutionaries. Some of them were really fighting for change. Some of them, it was a fun summer to go out and, hey, oh, the women are doing sexual liberation, so I could just bang a bunch of chicks? Everyone's doing drugs, I can go party? It was like the day Biden won. Do you remember how the world exploded into parties? At least here in New York, dude. It was like the streets were packed. Everyone was going out. I remember months later being at a bar with my friend and overhearing some dudes talking about, dude, this party that we were at, it was bigger than Biden Day. And I'm like, a lot of people were out, not because they were so thrilled about the outcome of the election, but because everyone is partying. So it's an opportunity to party. It's an opportunity to get laid. Same thing in 2020. I maintain that a lot of the reason the protest was so big was not just because everyone all agreed all of a sudden about George Floyd. They want to get out of the fucking house. And they want to get out of the house with a good reason. Because we were just making fun of the right-wingers going out to protest a couple months earlier for haircuts and whatever with their guns, going, we want to be able to go to send our kids to school even though they might die because we just can't fucking deal with them at home. We want to go to Fuddruckers, you know? So everybody else, normal people and liberals and leftists, needed a self-fulfilling reason where I can justify doing the same thing they did. I'm not going out so I can go socialize. I'm going out so I can protest police brutality. Some people were legit protesting that. I would wager the reason they were so big and worldwide is a lot of people being like, I just want to fucking go outside. I'm stuck. I'm been sick of being stuck in the house. So that's what I think it is with Palestine now. Like, how much... That's what it is. It's the Iraq war of our time. It's the fucking... I mean, Iran too, but... It's the tragedy of our time. And I remember people selling buttons that said Free Taiwan in the 90s and the 80s. So, like, it's just more of that. Sorry, I'm talking a lot.
Content on Palestine actually do, especially when it's not being made by Palestinians. What purpose does it serve? Why do you have to pump out 4 or 5 different videos a week? Why do you have to constantly retweet, you feel me, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine? Why do you have to constantly create these community posts reminding us all of what we all already know and understand when, you know, Sudan is right there? And again, this is not me doing a whataboutism. This is just me making a point. If we just talking about genocide, if what we're saying is genocide bad, you feel me? Genocide bad regardless of who's doing it.
I never got to shut down during the pandemic, so I don't know. I thought it was worth protest. Oh yeah, I mean, look, it was good. It was a confluence of events that made it some of the biggest protests in history, right, worldwide. I'm just saying, I know for a fact there was people who didn't get hell. My lovely, beautiful off-screen wife's ex-husband at the time, piece of shit, to say the least. Didn't give a shit about any social issues, but liked to be the center of attention, went to a Black Lives Matter protest, somehow got a hold of the bullhorn and was talking about, I used to be an ex-racist and blah, 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 blah. And now, you know, and was getting applause and whatever, had command of an audience. Some people just want that. I think Trump just wants that. Trump, I think, would have been happy to just keep doing rallies. If he lost in 2016, or if he didn't even run, if he would just, or whatever, he lost the primary, he would have just kept doing rallies and going on like Breitbart or whatever the fuck and getting an audience. He just likes being in front of a clapping audience who loves him. Whether it be his TV show, whether it be a roast, whether it be Life Dials of the Rich and Famous, whether it be Howard Stern, he just, or The View, or whatever it was. He just happened to win. Oops.
And regardless of where and why it's happening, Sudan is right there. Ethiopia is right there. Myanmar is right there. I don't remember the last time I've seen a nigga do a video, let alone, you feel me, 3 and 4 and different, whatever the case may be, talking about, you know, the Rohingya thing going on over there since before COVID. You understand what I'm saying? We give little beyond lip service to these, again, simultaneously ongoing genocides. You feel what I'm saying? But again, you as a non-Palestinian person feel that it is your solemn duty. You feel me?
Better sleep is simple. Just track your activity. Avoid blue light. Get adequate exposure to natural light. Or maybe you just need a little more.
To remind niggas, again, to basically what you're doing is arguing with niggas that already agree with you for the sake of hearing them say, I agree with you. Why do we do that? I'm gonna keep it a bean. Y'all are gonna feel some type of way. Y'all are gonna make y'all reaction videos or whatever the F, but it's because Palestine is trendy. You feel me? I was looking for the phrase and somebody in the comments put it in there, and that's the phrase that I was looking for, is aesthetic activism. You feel what I'm saying? Is that niggas are more concerned with the appearance of doing something than what actually doing something. Niggas want to feel like they're, I did the CM Punk video, and I have not gotten off of this, is that niggas want to feel like they're empowered. They want to feel like they're doing something. You understand what I'm saying? And the way that they feel like they're doing something is for niggas that pay attention to what they got to say and what they're doing. You feel what I'm saying? And what is the loudest, what is the most visible possible way is you pick the trendiest thing to talk about and you talk about it.
Actually, you know what just popped in my head, bro? Watch this. Check this out. So this is like 1968, very famous painting of Che Guevara, right? That was the t-shirt. Obama 2008 campaign. Look at this. Like, this is a famous artist, right, who's who did this design. But this design is not too dissimilar from this, is it not? Even the way the head's tilted, kind of not quite monochromatic, but like bold and stark. A couple colors. You were invoking... Hey, look at that. How Shepard Fairey's Hope poster helped elect Donald Trump. What? But someone else put that there. Interesting. It was trendy. It was trendy. Admiral Akbar. That's funny.
Ad nauseum in as many different venues and as many different ways as you can. Matter of fact, you go a step further and you say, look at how much more I care about this thing that everybody else cares about than these people over here, right? Aesthetic activism. You feel what I'm saying? Point that I'm getting at, and roping this back into Jay-Z now, right, is I get a lot of that with, you know, the blowback that Jay gets. You feel me? Is that Jay-Z has become, you know, this, you know, the big bad black capitalism boogeyman, right? And niggas feel like, oh, okay, if we, you know, just bully Jay-Z enough, you feel me? Not only is he going to repent of his black capitalist ways, but, you know, he's going to, you know, lead the working class revolution or some shit. I really don't know what niggas expect, but just, you know, the fact that we do this thing, that every time, like my folks used to tell me, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. You feel what I'm saying?
It's so similar to the looks of Planner. Yeah. My goal in talking about Jay-Z on album reactions is for the people who come into my comments who are mad, right? Hey, what's up, Rigor Lamets? Regular? I can't read that, but welcome. 8086, 8086. I'll say that. Welcome, 8086. How are you today? I just want people who like are coming to listen to a Jay-Z reaction to be aware of like his status in society and how he thinks of his audience. You know, but how many minds is that going to change? Maybe one, and that'll be enough. You said it fine the first time. Regular laments? Okay. Welcome. We're talking about Jay-Z.
This is nothing new. This is nothing new that Jay-Z is doing. We know that this is who Jay-Z is, and this is who Jay-Z has always been. So why do we do this thing and we say, oh, you know, Jay-Z is derailing the boycott. Jay-Z, you know, is like I said before, man, I told y'all how I feel about brand boycotts. And brand boycotts, in my opinion, again, except in the instance of very specific and very localized cases, brand boycotts to me are also another example of aesthetic activism. You understand what I'm saying? Is the problem, and this gets me back, is roping this all back into what I was saying earlier about, you know, about why niggas do
Yeah, sure. Tell me what happened over the weekend.
This thing where it's like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at how much I care, look at how much more I care about about these things.
Yeah, he right, because when people are like, oh, don't eat at McDonald's because they donate to Israel or whatever, they give money to Israel, or don't eat fucking, you know, I don't know, don't use Amazon, don't use these like monopolized industries that they're impossible to avoid. You know, there was a Target boycott. That's what he's talking about. And Jay-Z apparently was like, hey, you know, give Target a break. It's okay, blah, blah, blah. That's pussy shit to like defend a company. But also, do I separately think you're not gonna fucking boycott Target out of business, dude? It's just not gonna work. You know? You'd be better off with like vandalism, honestly.
Than these other people, right? The reason why niggas do this, in my opinion, is because, like I said, if you are watching this video right now, if you have access to a device and to high enough speed internet to be watching this video right now, you fall into this category. Is that the vast majority of us are conditioned in a way in which we are unwilling to the point of being unable to make the kinds of sacrifices necessary to achieve the kind of paradigm foundational changes that we want to see, especially in our lifetime. That's another thing, is that niggas want shit to get done yesterday. It's not going to happen. You feel what I'm saying? It might not even happen in your lifetime. And that's just something that niggas can't tolerate. And that's part of how you can tell how deep some niggas activism goes, right? Is if I can't, because again, a lot of this shit is instant gratification.
Word. That's why I make the point of like, do you want look, the earth is gonna die. The sun is gonna expand, the earth is gonna the oceans are gonna boil, become more acidic, life's gonna end far before the point where the sun expands into a supernova and the entire solar system is destroyed. Do you care if human beings by that point, that's millions of years from now, are like a spacefaring species and out in the universe? Or are you just like, we'll kill each other on this planet and who cares?
Clicks on your community post is instant gratification. Clicks on your video, clicks on retweets on your tweet. All of that is instant gratification to make you feel like, oh, I did something. Make you feel like, oh, I made a difference. Well, no, the fuck you didn't. Again, we grossly overestimate the impact that internet activism is a tool. You feel what I'm saying? The internet is a tool, you feel me, to achieve real life shit. But when your activism is restricted to online spaces exclusively.
So tasty.
All right, well, folks, that's going to be it for today. Let me see. I went to a camp for 3 days. My mom, dad, little brother. I saw a huge swing with 6 spots. I had a boy named Chris. Oh, that's cute. I'm sorry to jump right now, but I got to walk Rooney. He's been puking, and I want him to get outside. So, and I can't raid on YouTube, but I'm going to raid on Twitch. If you can all do me a favor and jump into Twitch right now, just so that... Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to. Who are we going to raid? It's Pep Live, Pep's Live. So we'll raid Pep Talks. Everybody go say hi to Pep Talks. Pinker, you can post the link in the chat for everybody on YouTube. Or anybody. Sorry, Redger. I have to head out right now. My dog is not been feeling well. Video was getting good. I know. I'm sorry, but I gotta. Next time, yeah. But essentially, you get the point that he was saying.